Good morning everyone and welcome back to another video. Out here on a chilly winter's morning on Dartmoor. It is a beautiful morning. The sun is just rising. It's just catching the tops of the tools. You've got Great Staple that way, but over my shoulder here is Great Miss Tor, and it just had the best orange glow I think I've ever seen out here on Dartmoor. So I've just got some really nice photos there. And today we're just going to see what scenes develop within the landscape. It's forecast to be a cracking morning. And so yeah, we're going to work around Hollow Tor area, finishing off from where I ended the last video. Yeah, it's going to be a cracker. And then I've got a few things to talk about at the end of the video. So that should be quite nice. Yesterday, I was out photographing in the end of Storm Goretti, where we had down in Cornwall 100-mile-per-hour winds. And yeah, 2 attempts at making a video failed. But I'll go into that at the end of the video. But for now, it's all about to kick off. The chaos is about to begin, so let's get started. Right then, so you joined me at Hollow Tor this morning, of which is one of my favourite tours, I think, just because there's such great 360 views. And this morning, the main photo I'm hoping to get is of Hollow Tor in the middle of the frame, and then I've got some really nice foreground interest of these rocks here. Now, I actually took a similar photo in my last video, and I mentioned of how I moved the rocks in the foreground to be balanced with Hollow Tor, and in the end, I really like that photo. But now, where we have the clear view and no fog, you can see all the way out the back towards Great Staple Tor, and then you've got Great Miss Tor to the right. Overall, it's going to be a really nice scene, and I did get a few nice photos at dawn, so I'll show you them in just a second. But I'm really excited to show you these Great Miss Tor photos. That glow was really awesome, so I hope you like them. I'm going to capture that one, the Great Miss Tor glow. I love this photo. The composition is really well taken, and the colours produced by the morning glow are just fantastic. This photo is by far my favourite I've taken on Dartmoor in quite some time. It just goes to show that the best photos come from moments you don't expect. Well, I hope you like those photos, everyone. I'm now just having a bit of fun trying to take this photo because, of course, the sun is rising right behind us and the tripod and myself is reflecting on the Hollow Tor there. So what I'm having to do is take the photo, put it on a timer and run. Right then, so I've just spent about 10 minutes trying to find another new composition of Hollow Tor here. It has been quite a fun challenge to find one. Now, what I've got is I've got Hollow Tor in the right of my frame, I've got Great Miss Tor out the back, somewhat in the middle. And what I like the most is the grass reeds here catching the rising sunlight. And I've also got just over in front of me here, there's a frozen pool, which is quite nice. The only problem I have had is how close I'm getting to the Tor, because there is a big pile of, it's actually a rock. There's a big rock here. And I think the problem I was having was it was obstructing just the clear view of the grass reeds. And I a big obstruction in the foreground, so I was just having to move back and forth to keep it out of the way. But I think as well, with these nice low clouds pushing in, overall it's a really nice photo, well balanced. So yeah, I think I was shooting at f8, let's have a look actually, yeah, 200th of a second, f8, ISO 200. Really nice Dartmoor image, looking like we're about to get some grey skies coming in maybe. But yeah, hope you like this photo, and I'll see you somewhere else in a second. Right then everyone, so I've made it up here now to Hollow Tor, and for the moment I think this morning's photography has come to an end. I have just grabbed, I think, a nice photo of the pine trees. I'm always photographing looking towards Bear Down Tors. I think I've also got a nice one of Great Mist Tor and a nice foreground here at Hollow. But yeah, for the end of the video now, I'm just going to be talking you through the last few nights I've had up here on Dartmoor, mainly yesterday as well. So I arrived up here Thursday night in the middle of Storm Goretti, and I've been staying at the Ramblers Rest down in Princetown. I've had an absolutely cracking stay, my first time, and when I arrived I even got a free room upgrade, which was awesome because it then meant I had a view looking over the centre of Princetown, which was perfect because where we had this storm there was a high possibility of it snowing. So it must have been around 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock-ish, and the snow started to come down, but unfortunately the temperatures just didn't drop down below freezing for it to stay. So I woke up yesterday morning and there was nothing there on the ground. So yeah, that was a bit gutting because that was the main reason I paid for the few nights up here. But it really didn't matter because it was still a great experience, and I did come out yesterday to hopefully make a nice video. But unfortunately, with the end of Storm Goretti, where we've had 100-mile-per-hour winds recorded down in Cornwall, it was a bit windy up here to say the least. So I'd started, it was over the old tramway or railway line leading out of Princetown. It wasn't too windy there, but it started to rain. Lovely conditions for photography, sunshine and showers, as I always say. And then I got around to Four Thirds Olympus, where I was hoping to start the video, and it was blowing a hoolie. It was mental. Yeah, it was crazy. And I made the decision there not to carry on with the video because the wind noise was a bit too much, even with the lav mic on. And the tripods were bouncing as well. But not to matter because I still had the whole day, and I decided to go out in the evening towards South Hessary Tor. My first time actually bringing you up on that little journey. It's really nice to say the least. A nice short walk actually, if you're at Princetown. And of course, there was a bit of chaos involved. I'll just show you my intro that I recorded, and I'll see you in a second. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video out here on a very windy Dartmoor evening. 24 hours ago, Storm Goretti arrived. It has now passed, but we still have a bit of wind left. We also have some hefty rain showers coming in as well. But as you just seen a minute ago, it's creating some really nice, I nearly fell over then, some really nice different scenes within the landscape. And I've been picking out some really nice photos using the zoom lens just towards the Bear Down Tor area and Belliver Torway. So some different scenes that I'm not used to photographing, so that's really nice. But this evening we're going to head up to South Hessary Tor, a new tour that I've not been to before. That's going to be nice. Hopefully photograph a really nice sunset. Although lurking over my right hand shoulder is, I think, a hefty rain shower. So I'm going to show you these photos, hope you like them, and I'll see you hopefully at South Hessary Tor. So it's certainly still windy, but overall some really nice weather conditions to photograph in. And as I made my way up to South Hessary Tor, there was a cracking scene looking down towards Black Tor, Hart Tor, Sharper Tor and Leather Tor Way, because where we had a band of rain flowing over the top of the landscape, the sunlight was just backlighting it. Oh, it was really, really nice. Got some really nice photos. I'll show you them now. Hope you like them. Yeah, it was awesome. And then, in typical Tom Leach photography style, there had to be a bit of chaos involved. Well, I've made it up here now to South Hessary Tor. It is snowing. We have some snow right now, drifting across the landscape. I've actually got to get a photo. Wow, that looks wicked. Nice. It's mental. It's mental. Jeez. Well, it certainly got a bit mental in the end there, but that was a really cool experience. And I might not have got any photos actually because the snow was coming down that heavy and I had a continuous autofocus on. It just couldn't pick a focus, but it wasn't a problem because it was nice and cool and I got the clip, of course. But yeah, in the end, the sun got covered by the clouds in typical Dartmoor fashion. And I actually decided to end the evening going back to where I'd started the evening's photography. And I'll tell you what, the sunshine on the landscape was phenomenal. The colour was a really vibrant red, looking back towards the Bear Down Torway and Belliver Tor. And I got some really, really nice photos there. Some really nice different scenes to photograph, which, you know, this morning I've still been trying to photograph a few different scenes. Of course, I'm always up this area because it's absolutely fantastic. There's just so much things to photograph. Like, I'm looking this way now, I can see Belliver Tor, Pound Tor, I think that might be. We've got Susan's Common as well. Hay Tor as well. Of course, the Bear Down Tors, Longingford Tor, Higher White Tor. Here we go. I'm giving you a proper tour now. High Will Hayes, I think, is over there. We've got Great Links. That might be Hare Tor. Of Great Mist Tor, Little Mist Tor, Ruse Tor in the rain. Brental Church as well. Great Staple, Little Staple. Cox Tor over the far side. But yeah, awesome little area. I love to photograph. And I got some really nice photos at the end of yesterday evening. Right now, again in typical Tom Leach photography style, hot chocolate. Cheers, everyone. Oh, that is lovely. Yeah, just going to wait a second, see if we get any rain, because it might make some nice photos as it comes this way. If not, I'll do my outro. Yeah, let's see what happens. Well, we now have that rain I just mentioned currently passing over us. I've come down to a trusty old style. It's actually been a while since I've photographed one, so I'll just show you my composition. We have my style in the right hand side. I've tried to make it work so it's leading up to Great Mist Tor there, and then we have the lovely stone wall leading you up into Great Staple Tor, Ruse Tor, Little Staple, and then you've got the band of rain above. Great Mist Tor just catching the sunlight, and then you've got the fields. What I've been making sure not to do is crop off that bunch of trees on the left. But it's quite a struggle actually, trying not to. I'm not sure if that might work a bit better. But at the same time, I want to keep these two rocks on the left here. And I wanted to shoot in the 4:3 ratio, but I can't because I want to try and keep this bit of icy paraffin, and as you'll be able to see if I go back into my original composition, move slightly, yeah, it's about there, and as you'll be able to see, nice foreground interest, got the clouds above, nicely balanced, filled the frame, lovely photo, hope you like it. Well, after pressing the stop record button for the last clip, the sunshine returned, and with that, a faint rainbow as well. I decided to go for the slightly higher perspective from what I've briefly just mentioned, as I feel it helps make the stone wall more prominent in the middle of a really nice scene. Well, that was a nice way to end off the video, and in typical fashion, the cloud has returned. But it's been a cracking morning, as always, out here on Dartmoor. A really nice sunrise. My favourite photo, I think, was of Great Miss Tor. The Great Miss Tor glow, as I called it. That was really nice. And then I hope you enjoyed my little talk about the previous few days. Hopefully you found it interesting. Maybe like the photos as well. But yeah, another cracking few days out here on Dartmoor. I hope you've enjoyed somewhat the video I've pieced together. Yeah, thank you very much for watching today's video. Hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll be seeing you soon.